Welcome to the edition of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on the Glenmalure farm. Alright, we've got a couple things going on today. First of all, as you can see, we have straw that needs to be dealt with. And we have a field that needs to be cultivated as well. We currently got the IH cultivated in this field. Something occurred to me. Someone pointed this out to me, and I don't know why it didn't twig before, but let me just point this out to you. So one of the reasons why I got that particular tractor was because in my eyes it was four-wheel drive. I don't know why I thought it was four-wheel drive. I think it was because of the tires on the front. That's why I thought it was four-wheel drive. And I forget who pointed this out, and thank you for pointing this out. I don't know why it took me so long to remember it. But this tractor is actually not four-wheel drive. So what do we have right here? So it looks like four-wheel drive because of the tires, but it's actually not. This one right here, the 130 horsepower, is actually four-wheel drive. So I don't know. I must have read this one and then bought the other one. I don't know. I don't know what happened in the end, but whoever pointed that out, that this tractor wasn't a four-wheel drive tractor, you're totally right. It's definitely not. Because they specifically say this is a four-wheel drive tractor right here. And, yeah. This one, does it actually have? No, I don't know. But, yeah, that was a good point. Made me kind of laugh. I was like, wow, I don't know why it took me so long to, you know, think about that, because that person was totally right. It definitely is not a four-wheel drive tractor. Don't know why that was the case, but anyways, we got some straw. We got some wheat to sell. As you can see, I have the back of the Unimog set up here as well, because apparently we got a little bit more straw, or I should say a little bit more wheat than usual. So we're going to go ahead and sell this right now. This looks so strange with the cab like that, or the thing in the back there. Alright, for wheat, where is the best place to sell wheat? Oh, there's a great demand in 2 days. We should probably wait for the great demand. One of the things I was thinking about doing was getting... let me show you. It'd be quicker going the opposite way. I don't know if you recall this, but I talked about getting something like this, one of these, in order to feed the animals, because it's a bit more realistic. So I think that's going to be the next thing we're going to work towards, is getting one of these to feed the animals mixed rations. I think what we'll do then is, if it's not for 2 days, I might as well put this in the silo, which I've never used in this particular map. But there's a great demand for wheat coming up, so might as well capitalize on that. Also, I went ahead and made slurry supply courses for all the other fields on the map. Well, all the fields that we own, I should say. So we have those ready to go. Alright, so we are going to try and use this silo system they have on this map. That's not going to be enough space. Oh, darn. Let's go ahead and move this guy right here. Guess we kind of have to move him out of the way. Either that or we do a lot of like fiddling around with the Unimog, and I don't feel like doing that, so. Alright, there we go. Not this one. This one. This is going to be the first time we're actually using this silo system here. This kind of makes me laugh a little bit. Just because we haven't really needed to, but with the great demand coming up in a couple days, it makes the most sense to store it for now. Alright, there we go. Nice. It's going to show us how much we're stored. Nice. That's pretty sweet. It's a bit more manual than I'm used to. I'm not used to doing it this particular way of having to back up, but I don't dislike it. Alright, now I don't think I've ever actually, I don't know if this is a side dump or a rear tip, or I have no idea. I guess we're going to find out in a second here. Because I don't think I've ever used the Unimog like this. You can, I just haven't. Alright, let's see here. Is it a no, it is a side tip. I thought it was. There we go. Nice. How much wheat do we have now? I guess the same amount, 20,000 liters, yeah. Alright, let's hop over here for a second. We're just going to grab some more eggs, because I often forget to pick up the eggs for whatever reason, and we probably should sell them too, actually. We have like 140 eggs on us, so probably would be a good idea. What's next on the agenda? So we're going to save the... We are going to save the straw. We're going to save the wheat for now. Wow. Keep calling straw wheat, or wheat straw. I don't know why. Alright. Should we combine first, or should we bale first? Let's... So it doesn't matter which way we do. They both have to get done at some point. It's just a question of which one. So let's do some baling. One of the nice things about this particular tractor and the baler that we have is that it actually gets the green star information HUD, or I don't know. I'm not sure what to call it. It's not exactly a HUD, but you get the information screen in the New Holland, which is really cool. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. Alright, here we go. Now, let's get this nice and close, like so. And I actually remember this time. Let's take down the support. Actually, I probably wouldn't want to do that, but whatever. And like so. And that's what I'm talking about right there. Check that out. How cool is that, eh? So, let's say I fire this guy up, and you can actually show. It actually shows you how full it is as well, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Helps if you put down the pickup, Ian. Jeez. There it is. As you can see, that's the meter to show you if it gets bunged up or not. And I believe it will tell you when the bale is ready to be unloaded, basically. And we should... Oh no, we're good. Now the question is, the hard part is keeping an eye on this and driving straight. You'll hear the sound regardless, so it's not a huge deal, but it's just kind of funny how that works out. So that's our meter. So if I went outside, it'd be this meter up here in the top right-hand corner. Same meter, but it's just inside your cab, which just makes it a lot cooler, basically. Alright, let's drive a little bit forward. I think it tells you when it's 100% as well. Yeah, so right there, that says it's ready to go. And I think, there you go, it's bails out, back's open, let's close the back, and now it's ready to go again. How cool is that, eh? I love that about this particular baler. This is I think one of the few balers that I know of that has something like that. I think most other balers are just a regular standard setup, whereas this one actually has the whole in-cab system. So apparently I'm driving kind of fast. I'm not driving that fast, or I didn't think I was, at least. But apparently I'm driving fast enough for this thing to almost get bunged up. Well, right there it was, at least. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's one of the cool facts about this one. Apparently what happens is you have to get like out of the tractor and do something, but I've never had this particular baler actually get bunged up where I have to actually do stuff. Let's back up here a little bit. And the cool thing is, on this particular tractor, you can look out in the back and say, okay, let's unload the bale. Well, you can look here too, so I suppose. So the rear the gate's open. Bale's gone. Ready to go again. I think that's cool. It actually makes a sound too. I never realized it made this sound. It makes like a little beeping sound saying that it's ready to go and stuff. That's pretty cool. Someone suggested that I get a bale trailer and pick up the bales. I don't know why they wanted me to get a bale trailer. It's probably because it's more realistic, but this is pretty close to my farm, and that's the reason why I haven't done it yet. And honestly, I have to take a quick peek, because I know there are some of the bale trailers out there that aren't too expensive, so Maybe we'll do that this episode, depending on how expensive it is, of course. If it's too expensive, then it's not going to happen. Maybe in a future episode, but maybe not this one, so we'll see how it goes. I think there are a couple that are pretty decent, actually. I think there are... The Ursus one I like. I don't think is cheap, though. Let's take a quick peek. Let's just get this random stuff over here that I got all over the place. This is what happens when you start your combine from outside the field. You end up getting all this crap outside the field, basically. So, sure, let's start on this windrow right here. All right, let's check that quickly before I forget about it. It's in Baling technology. Now, technically, actually, I could pick up one of these, and this would pick up the bales for me. Technically, but I won't do that on this map. Where is it here? No. I think there's a smaller one you can get. PJ trailer technically would work, but I don't have a truck or something that would actually use that. Could use the Johnson trailer. And this round baler, that's too expensive though. This one doesn't work because it only works with 4-foot bales. And I know I can reduce the size of the bales, but I just don't want to pick up more bales than I have to. And that one's 13. And this is kind of big for this map too. This one could work, but again, it's expensive. This one would work as well. I thought I had more options than that. I really did. Maybe I have something in miscellaneous. Let's just check that quickly. What's behind door miscellaneous? Let's find out in a second. Alright, what do we got here? We have got... Nada. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nothing. I thought we had one. Yeah, it says you can transport bales around with this. I'm not going to do that. I guess that's technically a bale trailer. This could work, but it's a little bit big for this map. Alright, well, I guess our options are kind of limited at this point in time. So we could do it. It's definitely a possibility, but I think what will happen is they'll have to wait for another episode just when we have a bit more money. And I don't know what this... I think some of the sizes are going to be a bit of a problem on this map. Like, I know the Ursus one, I think, is a really nice one that I've used before. I did use it on a live stream a while back, and it was a really nice trailer. Worked out really well. The only problem I ran into was I don't know if the vehicle I was using was tall enough, I think, for it. Oh, he's doing a pretty good job here. I didn't think he was going to be able to get this far. Now the question is he going to stop there or is he going to turn around? He's going to back up. Alright, that's not terrible. I guess this is the updated version of Auto Tractor. Apparently there's even a newer version. Anders was saying there's an even newer version I should check out. Obviously I have not got around to getting that mod yet, but not the new version at least. But there is one out there, I've been told. So, and this time around I actually fertilized the field first and then I cultivated, so that's good news. I think Russell was mentioning that a while back, that I should do it like this, so there you go, Russell. I fertilized first and now I'm cultivating, so I wonder if we can upgrade our cultivator now. Oops, don't do that. I don't know if we have too many larger cultivators than that one, because that one is a... Well, I have this one. This is a little ridiculous for this map. There's a couple. That's too big. We have the 3.6 meters. This is 4.6. Do we have anything that would work better than this? That's 3... Not really, apparently. Wow. I'm kind of surprised, actually. I thought I had more options. I guess this is the next bigger option. But I've used that one before, and it's not a super big difference. Wow. I thought I had a nice size. This cultivator is nice, but it'd be a little... And what about this one? This one you need... Well, I could use that, I suppose. Needs 170 horsepower. That means I can only do cultivating with my New Holland, which is a bit annoying, I suppose. And it's deep tillage too, so you don't want to do that too often. That's the other thing to consider, of course. For those people who consider, you know, stuff like deep tillage and not... No, well, one of the things they talk about in terms of deep tillage is you can do it from time to time, but you don't want to do it too often, because what happens is, depending on where you are in the world, and depending on what type of soil type you have, sometimes, excuse me, sometimes what happens is the amount of topsoil you'll have is actually not very much. So some people have a lot of topsoil, some people have a very small amount of topsoil, and it really comes down to stuff like that, whether you want to do deep tillage a lot or a little. Generally, you don't want to do it too much. That's the general consensus I've kind of discovered. You can do it for like those places where you have lots of compaction. So like, for example, let me just unload this bale first. So for example, some place like is it full? Oh, I thought I hit the button. I guess not. So some places like where my in-laws are, they don't have very much topsoil, so they don't want to do deep tillage often. But in like places where they have high compaction, so for example, let's say the entrance to your field, like right around here, you might have a lot of compaction just because that's where you enter and exit the field all the time. So stuff like that. And that's a possibility as well, that you'll have high compaction in those areas. So something to consider. Alright. How much do we have left of this? A few more windrows. Not too bad. What I actually should do is I actually should do a little bit of cutting of the grass, because we actually are running a bit low on grass and whatnot, so I may have to do that at some point in the future. Well, I could always do it off camera, that's always a possibility. But I try to do, on this map, I try to do, I don't know, a good chunk of things on the camera, just because of the way it goes. Someone was saying in the comments I should get a JCB, and I was like, I could do a JCB on this map, but it might be a bit big. Although I've been told it's from Ireland, so it would fit this map perfectly. So, definitely a possibility, I guess, in that situation, because, you know, if it's a possibility, heck, why not? Alright. Let's close the, I don't even call it tailgate, maybe is the word? Probably not. I'm guessing the word to use isn't tailgate, but hatch maybe could work. Whatever, close the baler. Let's just say that. That's going to be the best option, I think. Let's just close the baler and see what happens. Yeah, so one of the things, I think I mentioned this in the last episode, was talking about the Giants Editor series I'm considering doing. I will do it. I don't know why I'm saying considering. One of the things I'll have to take into consideration is trying to make it interesting for those people who are wanting to watch that, basically. And I'll try and do a somewhat of a tutorial situation, because I want to be able to say to people, hey, this is how you do some things that you may want to do on the map you're playing on, for example. Because generally what happens is when you're on a map, you learn about little things. Like, for example, on this map, the pig trigger point is like a little too far into the pig building for my liking, because you really have to back that trailer up in there for it to work properly. And it was the same thing on the Central Kansas Remake map. I don't know why it's the case, but both of those maps I had problems with where the actual pig trigger unloading point was, or where they actually loaded to the trailer, I guess. Both those maps, well, this map and the other map, I've had trouble with where it's located in terms of the vehicles I'm using to unload them, basically. So, alright, how many windrows we got left? We got 1, 2. Perfect. 2 windrows is a good deal. And what we'll have to do is we'll have to pick up these bales as well. And we will have to put them somewhere. I think we're kind of running to A little bit of space issues with our bales, but it's not a huge deal. Maybe that's the moisture count? I don't think so. Is it R? It is R. No, R is the number of bales. I wonder if that was the case. 39% moisture in straw would be super, super high now that I think about it. Oh man, this is what happens when you just say something without thinking about it. 39%. That's probably closer to what you get used, probably closer to the amount of moisture that you'd find in stuff like baleage, I would imagine. But yeah, not in straw. That's for sure. We found that if your bales of straw were had that much moisture in it, it's probably because you're baling your straw wet or something ridiculous like that. Which is possible, I suppose. But baling anything's never a good idea. Anything wet, I should say. If you're not intentionally doing so. Like if you're trying to make silage, for example, then it makes a difference. But if you're trying to do like dry hay, then it's not good, basically. Because then it's not really dry hay, it's kind of like wet hay, so. Just little things like that. Alright, nice. How many bales did we do? 7 bales, it's not too bad. And I guess this little one that we're going to shoot out at the end here is going to be the 8th. Just wanted to clean up this little area here a little bit. Excellent. And we need to manually net wrap the bale. There we go. Unload. That's the feature I love about this particular baler. The fact that you can do what I just did is awesome. Love it. I wish more balers had that feature. Oops. There are a few out there that have it. Like I know the Extreme Baling Pack has something similar where you can push out the rest of the bales that you haven't made yet. And this one has it, of course, as well. So, all right. Let's back this up in here. Nice. And haha, I remember this again. Put the support down. Nice. And unhook. I guess technically you'd have to unhook the PTO, but it just unhooks automatically with what I just did there. So cool. Alright, so our cows are nice and happy, but our pigs are not happy at the moment. So I'm not sure what to do about that. I'm not sure whether or not I should feed them more, or that I should just leave them with the leftover silage for the time being and then go from there. I don't know. Unfortunately, they are making us money, which makes it more difficult to stop raising pigs, I suppose, is what it boils down to. So, yeah, I don't know. I discovered that there is I've never actually hitched something to this combine for whatever reason, but it actually does have a trailer hitched to the back. It's kind of hidden there, but whatever. Alright. I think the problem I'll run into is if I try to do that like this, it's not going to be able to hook up, not going to be able to lock to the trailer. And I think that's the problem you'll run into in this scenario. It's like, hey, we can't hook into the trailer because there's something driving the trailer, or pulling the trailer, I should say. So I don't know why it does it like that, but it's just kind of the way it works. So that's as good as it gets with that thing. Where's the Unimog here? Oh, he's still running apparently. Oops. This is how you use extra fuel where you don't need it, apparently. You just leave things running all over the farm, no problem. Alright. And of course, if you run into things as well, that's always a good thing to do, right? No, not so much. Alright, let's grab this header. Like so. Excellent. And it should be attached now. Let's back this guy up here. Excellent. So let's take this back over to the other field. So it's just the way the fields worked out. This field was ready before the other field I'm going back to now. But whatever. It's all good. It all works out in the end, basically. So you don't need to... well, it's not a big deal either way. Sometimes it can be annoying. Like if you're playing on a map where timing is more important, then yes, of course, stuff like having one field ready before the other one is important, but it's not always the case. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is going to stop the episode there for now. Slightly shorter episode. What we'll do is we'll come back and we will harvest this field in the next episode. And I think what we'll do is we will take care of the bales as well, probably. And let's shut this guy off here. There we go, perfect. Alright, so my name is Iain Robson, this has been Farming Simulator 2013, and we're playing on the Glenmalure farm. I'll catch you guys later.